Over the last couple of weeks, I've made numerous attempts to do this video. What I've been relying on is the weather. Today's not too bad, but also butterflies moving through. That's a large white. There's a bit of a breeze today. There's not been anything at all morning, but there is a light breeze which shouldn't be too bad. It shouldn't affect the butterflies really, especially the nymphalids, and I'm hopeful that red admirals will be coming through. Saying that, I've not been seeing red admirals locally, so if they are coming through, they're coming from much further north than here. Anyway, 11 o'clock on September the 9th, so by now we really should be into the start of migration south by a number of butterflies. And with the red admiral just going through there, it looks like we are. I've been laid low the last few days or so. Various ailments. But I made the effort today to get back out, and quarter of an hour of this migration watch gone. 2 red admirals now and 4 large whites. Most interesting was a peacock that's gone through. The breeze, unfortunately, is already picking up, and at times it's quite blustery, which is a shame. We don't seem to get a nice day anymore without there being a strong breeze, and that affects the numbers going through. It's not so bad for the likes of the nymphalids, as I've mentioned, the red admirals, painted ladies and the like. They're much stronger flyers. They can go into the wind or alongside the wind quite easily, but the whites are weaker flyers, even though they do migrate long distances. We have an influx of large whites every year, but small whites have also been going through on the last few days. 3 species have featured over the attempts that I've had in the last few weeks, and that's red admiral, large white and small white. Much the same today, but no small whites gone through at all. It's mainly just large whites and a couple of red admirals. Well, unfortunately I can't see it with the camera, but right out in the field there's a clouded yellow just hurtling through, but it's nearer than I thought it was. That's astounding. $11:37 for the clouded yellow. That's made my day. Absolutely made my day. And the full total at the moment is 5 red admiral, that clouded yellow, 8 large white and a couple of small white and single peacock. Low numbers, but when you've got clouded yellows going through, well, at least one, and there's another large white going through, I'm quite stunned with that. There's another large white further down, hurtling through. That's amazing. Just come back onto the meadowland at Red Hill just to see whether that clouded yellow has dropped in to nectar on these flowers, massive flowers, since it's been cut. It was a really poor year for hay here because this meadowland hardly grew. In fact, it was that poor that when Jim the farmer cut it, he didn't even bother baling it because, well, to be honest, he probably wouldn't have made 1 or 2 bales. And as a consequence, the grass is starting to grow and the flowers are coming back through. They always do, always get a good flush of flowers here on the, after they cut. 1 or 2 small coppers knocking about in here too, but it would have been nice if that clouded yellow had paused. I did find 5 or 6 at least in a field just further down opposite Eakring Meadows near Kersall a few weeks ago, but unfortunately the day that I found them the field was being sprayed. It had been left dormant for like 2 years, might have even been 3 years, but the day that I went and called in and looked for clouded yellow, it was being sprayed. How many clouded yellows had emerged from that field or not, I don't know, but since then it's been cut too, which is a shame. And there's a red admiral just going through. It's just a shame that it's so breezy too. But no sign of clouded yellow here. Back to the vantage point. Oh, there's a painted lady just going through. Struggling against this increasing and very annoying breeze. There's another large white going through. Butterflies are so desperate to move south. We just need the right conditions, and unfortunately I don't think we're going to get them this week. I thought that today we'd actually have a day without any breeze, or with virtually no breeze, but no. Nevertheless, Painted Lady is another plus for today, and we're just into the 2nd hour. How long I'll stay here or not I don't know, but I'm tempted to keep going as long as we still have some sun. The cloud is building and you need the sun, because usually as soon as you get some cloud they will drop down for 5-10 minutes or as long as it's cloudy. But hey, single Painted Lady, single clouded yellow, now 10 red admirals, which increased in the last quarter of an hour of the 1st hour, 14 large white, 2 small white, and a single peacock. If only the breeze wasn't here. Well, that's the dreadful view that I have straight north. And in general, butterflies come from a point just right of centre, the other field of Phacelia, the one at the side of Lound Wood there on the right of screen, but they come down almost following the road. I remember many years ago I was just leaving Eakring and there was a clouded yellow just flying down the road, flying at the side of me. But to get one today is, well, it's just made my day. The other week at Kersall, when I first discovered the 5 or 6 at least that were there just in one area of the field, I just couldn't get anywhere near them, so the only footage I got was sort of flight shots from distance. But I did catch one. I thought I'll make the effort to net one, just pot it up, just so that we can see one. And that's what I did, but unfortunately the field came to an end. There's another 2 large whites just going through. But it's not a bad view. 13 red admirals through. It's nearly 20 past 12. Had 18 large whites through as well. But nice to get painted lady. Very pleased with that and ecstatic with the clouded yellow. Clouded yellow on a butterfly visible migration watch is, well, rare to say the least. I think given favourable conditions we may well get more during the course of September. It's just a nice surprise. Well, I'm just having another couple of minutes just before I get to the car. Time to go and have some food and some sustenance, and I need to take my antibiotic. But I've enjoyed this hour and a half, and I would have stayed a lot longer had the conditions been absolutely perfect and there'd be no persistent breeze. But it really is breezy to the point of windy at times. But I can't be more pleased with what I've had. There's another large white trickling through. That makes 19 if I remember right. 14 red admirals, 2 small white, single painted lady, single peacock and single clouded yellow. I'm happy with that. Let's hope we get a good day soon with the ideal conditions, because I've got no doubt get those conditions and the butterflies will be hurtling through.